I call Ethan Reille.
Kia ora te mana whakawā o te whare. Mr. Speaker, let's talk real for a moment. Young people, rangatahi, are undervalued, underheard and underrepresented. Over the past 2 days we have heard this. Now, don't get me wrong, we, here in this chamber, are extremely fortunate. Any opportunity to speak up as young people holds an enormous amount of power. But whilst I stand here today, there are thousands of rangatahi living across Aotearoa that feel unempowered. Just a few weeks ago, I was in a meeting with a local community member. Within this exchange of dialogue, we chatted about the issues facing young people. They sounded engaged, passionate even, until we began to speak about upcoming local body elections. I expressed to them that I had interest in standing as a candidate, to which they then responded, "Really? Don't you think you're a bit young for that?" Since then, I've decided not to stand. Now, not because of this individual's commentary, I can guarantee you that, but because I have made the decision not to stand, the decision every other member within my community has the right to make, regardless of their age. Mr. Speaker, today I am here to tell you our voice is just as powerful as any others within this House. We are the leaders of tomorrow. We are the next generation of these seats, but we shouldn't have to wait till we grow up. We shouldn't be told when we can have a voice, because our voices are what will become the echoes of change, and with one young voice comes a village of others. So, how can we ensure these voices are recognised and integrated into our political systems? Well, for a start, how about lowering the voting age to 16? Or even implementing civics education, making sure that it is accessible and integrated into our education system. Currently, the average age of our parliamentarians is 47. Meanwhile, from the 1,600 councillors out of the 78 local councils, only 2% are aged 18 to 30, with 40% dominating the 51 to 60 age bracket. Without a doubt, there is a great deal of inequality here in Aotearoa. And as diverse as we are, there is an uneven playing field. More rangatahi, specifically Māori and Pacifica, need to be represented and filling seats in our communities. Yeah. I'm sick of hearing the same excuses, you know, the classic, get an education first. Meanwhile, we're out here educating ourselves on how to vote, whilst the keyboard warriors battle it out over who supports the better colour. Life experience and education play crucial roles in our career choices, but they shouldn't define whether or not we are eligible to represent our communities like we are today. We are constantly having to fight for our worth to get a seat at the table that still fails to feed us. Rangatahi make up 33% of our population, yet we are 100% of the future. It's about time that we are treated as such, because we are good enough, we are educated enough, and we deserve to be heard. It's a human right, not a political opinion. Rangatahi tō tātou heke mai, kia ora.
Members, the time for this debate has expired. We're going to finish with a waiata. We're going to do the ending. Pardon? Oh, I beg your pardon. Yep, sorry, my list was incomplete, obviously.
Mr. Speaker, I seek leave to move a motion without notice and without debate to recording this House's thanks and appreciation to all those who made Youth Parliament possible.
Leave is sought for that purpose. Is there any objection? There is none.
Mr. Speaker, I move a motion to record this House's appreciation of everyone who made this Youth Parliament possible. I want to thank the cleaners, the presiding officers, including yourself, Mr. Speaker, and the Honourable Jackie Dean, as well as the Right Honourable Trevor Mallard, who made this possible. The Office of the Clerk, the Hansard staff, the catering staff who fed us so well, the security staff, the messengers who kept us watered, our wonderful chaperones, the government departments, especially the Ministry of Youth Development, ministers and the Prime Minister, but especially our MPs and their staff who have done a fantastic job supporting us through our tenure.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Before we celebrate, I apologise. I didn't have an updated list. We have one more speech to hear, and I call upon Hariata Rangi.
Don't expect too much, guys.